All right, Jacob, let's take a look at your Belmont. Now, first off, the character's supposed to be kind of an original creation. So you're making Simon Belmont. Eh, why don't you just change his hair color and I don't know, uh, change his hair color and give him a different name, whatever. Um, but let's go through and kind of look at what we're working with here. So the first thing I'm noticing is that the hands are kind of weird, man. Um, since you have like this bracer here, what we can do is we can just take, maybe this hand and let's do an extract. And then for these faces right here, we can just get rid of them. Oh, are those the bracers? All right, cool. I see. So you can actually get rid of these faces. And then you can have kind of all this separated out. Um, you're gonna, a rigger would be very, get out of here. A rigger would be very upset with these fingers to rig because they're so close together. And he kind of has already a natural bend. So let's just make sure that our hand is kind of as neutral as possible. I see what you're doing because you almost want to think that the arm's going this way. So I get it. But for right now, let's look at these fingers and how we can spread them out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these tip vertices and then hold down Shift and the greater than and less than signs next to the M for monkey key on your keyboard. I can grow the selection like this. And then I can go in and kind of just naturally rotate the fingers. It'll make it a lot easier for your rigger to come in and paint weights and do the skeleton and all that stuff. And the grow selection is nice because it'll only select the vertices connected to, that tip of the finger right there. Grow, grow, grow. Oh, too far. There we go. And then overall, I think the hand needs to be just maybe a teensy bit smaller. See, look at this. Look at that hand compared to this one. One looks a little bit more right than the other one, right? And modify center pivot. And you really want your hand to kind of follow. You don't want to have any kind of pose in here. So you kind of want the hand to follow the direction of the body. I feel like your legs are a little bit too small. And since we have like this nice little cape thing going on here, we can actually, I would come in and separate the legs as well. Edit mesh, extract. And to be honest, what did I just do? Okay, so we have this going on now. I guess we'll edit mesh, extract those as well. And then I'm going to select all this, press Control G to group it. And maybe they just need to be a little bit longer. Oh yeah, it already looks a lot better. I think your legs were just too short. And your boots are too small. And first of all, that's a weird looking boot. So get in and shape that boot so it doesn't look ridiculous. And then probably just scale them up a little bit. There we go. So I think a few of those tweaks would be really nice. As far as what needs to be floating geometry, you might be able to get away with this chest piece being floating. It's definitely the shoulders, the head guard. I'm going to select everything that should be floating. This thing right here should be separate. And, of course, your boots. I'm really confused about what's going on here. Like, is this a boot or is this a leg? Did I extract things wrong? Either way, I would probably separate the boots as well to be their own unique mesh as well. So it's just kind of like this right here. Edit mesh, extract. And then for some reason, I don't know why, we'll just combine these. Mesh, combine. So this would be its thing. The legs would be their own thing. And your dress thing would be its own thing. There you go. So overall, you got some good stuff going. It's just you've seen some of the changes I made, so see if you can work that into it, because otherwise you're going to have a character that's just kind of obviously misproportioned. I don't think you can make a case for it being stylized. I mean, that dude's legs are just way too short and his hands are way too big. But all in all, good work. I know this is a revisiting of character modeling. So I can see that it shows in your modeling. All right, so those changes, and we're not going to texture. We're just going to make low poly and finish the semester with baking it out.